Hello, my name is Avril, and I write stories about a little wolf and his friends. And today I'm going to tell you a very special story that's dedicated to the children of first responder families and the grown-ups you love. Feel proud of the important part your family plays in helping keeping us all safe and well. This story is called The Wolf Was Not Sleeping. It's the edition for Texas Police, written by me and illustrated by Tatiana Menina. It's a story about Wolfgang's dad, who works as a helper. When the wolves sound the alarm, he has to leave to help the other creatures in the forest. Each night, Wolfgang worries about what might happen if his dad has to go out. And he's so worried, he can't sleep in the nighttime and keeps falling asleep in the daytime instead. Would you like to listen to this story? Well, come on then, let's go. Deep in the forest, one dark winter's night, in a small cozy bed by the firefly's light, a wolf lay awake. His loud beating heart was thumping in fear that the howling might start. Tick-tock went the clock. "Do-it-do-oo," called the owl, as he prayed to the moon that the wolves wouldn't howl. But the forest stayed quiet, and with first morning light, "Phew," Wolfgang said. Everything was all right. Each night was the same. His loud beating heart would be thumping in fear that the howling might start. And if all was still quiet by first morning light, "Phew," he would say. Everything was all right. But this peace wouldn't last, and that worried him so. For when the wolves howled, his dad had to go. His dad was a helper. When they called, he would run. No matter where, when, or how, he'd be helping someone. A forest of creatures can't always be calm. Sometimes there's trouble, or danger, or harm. And if there was trouble, the wolves let them know. The howling would summon the helpers to go. Wolfgang imagined such terrible things, like dungeons and dragons with large scaly wings, trolls under bridges, villains and thieves, dangerous traps that lay hidden in leaves. He imagined wild beasts that were fierce and unkind. He could not get these pictures out of his mind. The thought of it all made his legs feel like jelly. His stomach was turning, like worms in his belly. So he lay awake worried each night in his bed and was falling asleep in the daytime instead. Now this was a problem when friends came to play, for playdates most often are during the day. And when Wolfgang was it, or his turn came around, he was fast asleep somewhere and not to be found. Snoring away, he'd lie curled in a heap, in a game one could only call hide-and-go-sleep. He was struggling to think straight. He slept during school. When Owl asked him questions, he felt like a fool. Anxious and scared, after school he would creep back home, where he dreaded when time came for sleep. But tonight would be different. He hadn't a clue what a spider, some pens and some magic could do. Spider knew he was frightened, so did something kind. She scribbled a note for Big Dad Wolf to find. We might have a problem we think we should hide, but a problem won't go if it's locked up inside. Now his dad understood, so that night before bed, he sat down with Wolfgang, and here's what he said. "I know you feel scared when the wolves start to call, but I'm safe, and you don't have to worry at all. I run with a team. We're like birds of a feather. We're a family. We're stronger when we stick together. There's Wanda, whose feathers are perfectly styled. She looks after the team, who take calls from the wild. Goose is our joker, and Rookie is new. Hey! Sally has mastered the art of kung fu. There's Crazy Pants, Hollywood, Prickles and Slick, and Speedy the cat. She's so nimble and quick. Then there's Sloth, who is slow and incredibly kind. He can calm creatures down just by using his mind. We all run together. We're never alone. Each one of us makes sure the others get home. There are times when we're scared, but together we're brave. We feel pride in our hearts for the creatures we save. We try hard, but sometimes a creature might die. And this makes us feel sad. So we talk, hug, and cry. Remember me home. A lot of the time, though, the problems are small. Like when ducks are not crossing paths safely at all. The wolves, when they howl, tell the world that we care. That if anyone needs us, they know we'll be there. So the next time they howl and I run to the door, you need not be worried like you were before. Wolfgang just loved that he now knew the team. He learnt things aren't always as bad as they seem. Then he asked Big Dad Wolf, "Now I know all the crew, but what is the name that the others call you?" "It's Bear," Dad replied, "'cause I love a big hug." Then he gave one to Wolfgang, who felt warm and snug. "Good night, Dad," said Wolfgang as he lay down his head. "Good night, my brave wolf. Sweet dreams," Dad Wolf said. And now across town, if you look hard, you'll see the same team on a wall, in a room up a tree, in a bedroom close by with trinkets galore, and 150 stuffed mice to adore. Above 3 little beds, in a room with a view, on the wall beside twins, down on Bird Avenue, and in a small bed by the firefly's light. Wolfgang sleeps soundly now, all through the night. And if you were to ask him his favourite dream, he'd say, running with heroes beside Bear on the team. Wolfgang felt better when he talked about his worries. What can you do if you feel worried? There are lots of ways that we can tell or show people how we're feeling. And remember, if we can name a feeling, then we can tame a feeling. Thanks for listening. I hope you come back again sometime soon. Bye-bye.
There's nothing like a good friend.
Nothing like a good friend.
There's nothing like a good friend.
Nothing like a good friend.
There's